Yeah. Airplane mode. Notifications stuck on my screen. I don't open them, I just see nothing in there feels immediate. Nothing calling me. Yeah. Afternoon light through the blinds hits the floor, doesn't rush. Whole day already halfway gone and I didn't touch much. I'm not hiding, I'm just off, that's the difference I learned. Some hours don't want replies, they want space in return. I slide the switch, let it go, no sound, no reach. This call that a day feels better out of reach. I've answered enough for today. Said yes, said sure, said okay. Now my voice needs a break even from myself. Clock keeps moving, I don't check. Time works fine without me. Sun's doing its something, I let it be. Now everything's urgent, even if it looks that way. This afternoon doesn't need me, so I'm staying disengaged. I'm still here, still breathing, just unavailable. Like the sky when the plane cuts through, unreachable but visible. Airplane mode, afternoon. No signal getting through. Nothing broken, nothing wrong, just choosing not to move. Airplane mode, afternoon. Yeah, that's the truth. If it matters, it can wait. If it doesn't, it don't move. I'm not calling this escape, this more like a pause. Like letting the echo fade before the next call. Dark settle and then I chased ideas come and go. I don't hold on to any of them, I just let them show. This hour doesn't need a plan, doesn't need a name. It's just a quiet pocket in the middle of the day. Soon enough I'll turn it back on, rejoin the stream. But right now I like the silence more than being seen. Still the same world outside, still spinning fine. I'm just not here surrendering for a little time. No alerts, no tune, just this calm in the room. Yeah, airplane mode afternoon. Airplane mode afternoon. Tabs open, screens alive, cursor blinking like it's waiting. I click my way into the day, but my head didn't follow in. Heads know what to do by now. A muscle memory carries it. I'm moving files, answering things without really touching it. Thoughts still half asleep, somewhere off the grid. Body clocked in on time. I said, give me a minute. I'm doing work technically, everything looks correct, but nothing's landing upstairs yet. Words come out cleaning up, find out at the right part. Still feels like I left myself back at the start. I've been here before, this in-between state where effort runs but focus doesn't engage. Not stuck, not free, just pause mid-load. Like the system's on, but the signal's low. I don't need a break, I don't need a quit. Just need my thoughts to catch up with it. Give me a second, not either long. I'm almost here, just not fully on. Tabs open, mind not still running the day. I'm logged in, I'm present, just drifting away. Tabs open, mind not, don't wear a sign. Just waiting for my head to come back online. I warm up, eventually I usually do. Thoughts snap in place, out of the blue. Until then I'm coasting on what I know, letting routine carry the load. Some days don't start together, they stagger in. Body first and brain and everything. I'm not behind, I'm not off track. Just loading myself in the background tab. Tabs open, my nut still counts, I guess. Doing what's needed on lower weather. Tabs open, my nut I'll get there soon. Just that inner silence, finish fooling the room. Still typing, still here, just a second behind. Screens wide awake, I'm catching up in time. No rush, no sign, just how it goes sometimes. Tabs open, I ain't catching up. Yeah, nothing special happened, that's the thing. Same street noise, same ceiling fan spin. No headline moment, no highlight reel. Just hours moving without appeal. I wore the same jacket as last week. Said the same words, nothing unique. But something in the lack of spark let the day leave a softer mark. Yeah, your coffee tasted like it always does. No better, no worse, just enough. I didn't laugh hard, didn't sigh, didn't check the time that much. People pass without a trace, no story stuck to any fate. Still when I think back now, this is the day I somehow found. Yeah. Nothing special happened, no moment worth defending, and maybe that's why it stayed. Yeah. Nothing special happened, no reason, no event, just a day that didn't fade. Yeah. I've chased days that burn too bright. Forgot I'm just as fast at night. The loud ones blur, the sharp ones bend. They don't sit easy in the end. This one didn't ask for space, didn't need to be named. Just rested where it landed and waited to be remembered. No spike, no drop, no lesson learned. Just time behaving the way it works, yeah. I think calm leaves deeper lines when nothing's fighting for your mind. No defense up, no post to keep, just existing comfortably. The absence of a big reveal. Let smaller things start to feel real. Like how the light stayed low all day, or how I didn't rush away. And nothing special happened, still I see it clear. Maybe memory likes it better when nothing interferes. Nothing special happened, no story to pretend. Just a quiet day that didn't end. Yeah. If you ask me what stood out, I'd probably shrug it out. No answer clean enough to justify the thought, but later on it shows up slow. In the way I breathe, the pace I go, like the body kept a note, the mind forgot to quote. Maybe meaning isn't loud, maybe it doesn't wave you down. Some days slip in under the door and stay longer than the rest. No highlight, no regret, just a calm you don't forget. I went to sleep without a thought, woke up lighter than I was. Didn't change a single thing, still something settled in. If memories a crowded room, this one didn't make a move. Just sat there being plain, and that's why it remained. Yeah. Nothing special happened, and that's the part that's true. No effort spent remembering, still it stayed with me and you. Nothing special happened, no frame, no name, just a day that quietly refused to fade. Lean sideways on the wall, sun spills soft, not in a rush at all. Cars roll by, then hesitate, like they're reading the light, debating fate. I'm not late, I'm not on time, just floating in a thin gold line. Thoughts move slow, but they're alive. This hour doesn't ask me to decide. Yeah, shoes half off, mind half there. Plans dissolve into open air. Bass stays low, just enough sway. Drums tap out or maybe stay. No green light calling me ahead, no red light pulling on my thread. I'm good right here between the cues, where nothing's urgent, nothing's due. Yellow light, afternoon, not stopping short, not breaking through. I don't rush, I don't reason, I just ride this yellow light.
sip goes warm, ice melts down, shadows stretch without a sound. Every second feels hand-drawn, I'm moving fast, yeah. Phone stays quiet on the side, no alarms, no need to slide. Electric keys and honey tones, turning waiting into home. If momentum asks my name, I smile back but stay the same. This pace fits the shape of me, easy in between velocity. Yellow light, afternoon, soft delay, a gentle tune. I don't rush, I don't resume, I just ride this yellow light afternoon. Yeah, soon it'll change, I know it will, but not yet, and that's the thrill. Holding time without a tune in this yellow light afternoon.
Mandarin mood today, nothing special on the way. Still the sunlight finds my face, and the whole day feels okay. Mandarin mood, soft glow, little sweetness moving slow. No big reason, I just know it's a Mandarin mood. Peel breaks open in my hands, tiny sparks of citrus scent. Segments line like morning light, simple kind of content. Juice bright on my fingertips, window halfway open wide. Warm air drifting through the room, quiet smile I can't hide. No brand news on my phone, no parade outside the street. Still the world feels lighty sweet, balanced and complete. Maybe joy in smaller things, soft as sunlight on the skin. You don't need a bigger tune, just a brighter afternoon. City humming far away, like a mellow background song. Curtain breathing with the wind, nothing rushing along. Citrus scent across the air, color glowing in the bowl. Little suns across the table, lighting up the soul. Sometimes days don't need a plot, no dramatic scene to prove. Just a quiet pulse of good, that's the move. Golden circles on the plate, light reflecting off the pale. Somehow everything aligns in a way you barely feel. No fireworks overhead, no loud story to conclude, just the calm inside the room. Holding Mandarin mood, Mandarin mood today. Gentle sunshine in the way, nothing heavy left to prove. Just this Mandarin mood, Mandarin mood. Bright hue, sweet and simple, clean and true. Little things begin to bloom in this Mandarin mood. One more slice and the day still tastes bright. Stood up with a reason, lost it halfway. Door frame paused like a thought delay. Cup in my hand, don't know why. Kitchen light asking me questions I can't reply. Every step felt confident though, like momentum knows more than I know. Body moving, mind on roll. Somehow ended up not home. Yeah, A hallway echoing my shoes, each one short, each one loose. I passed the mirror, now the back, like yeah, I'm doing something relaxed. Had a mission, had a point, I swear it mattered at some point. Now it's gone, but I'm still here, standing like the plan will reappear. I forgot why I stood up, but I'm already on my way. Purpose slipped out somewhere between the floor and yesterday. I forgot why I stood up, still moving all the same. Guess motion doesn't need a reason once it's in a frame. Yeah. It's funny how the body leads like it's got its own set of needs. Mind checks out for half a beat, legs already crossed the street. I didn't question, didn't stop, just trusted the autopilot. If this was meant to mean something, it'll catch up eventually. Not lost, not found, just temporarily unassigned. Some directions don't come with words, they just feel like time. Yeah. I used to panic in these gaps, run back, retrace my tracks. Now I let the moment hang, see what else my head forgets. Maybe I stood up just to stand, change the angle, shift the land. Even pauses need a walk, sometimes stillness needs to talk. Yeah. I forgot why I stood up, didn't slow me down. Purpose is optional once you're moving around. I forgot why I stood up. I forgot why I stood up. Like the act itself was enough. Yeah, was enough for the night. Yeah, for tonight. Passed by task I didn't choose. Let them sit, let them lose. The grip on what I owe, I'll get back when I know. Every rumor softly said, every pause or maybe yet. If I don't remember why, I'll just borrow the time. Maybe intention is overrated, maybe motion just wants to breathe. A gentle drift from point A to wherever the body leads. If the answer doesn't show, that's fine, I'll let it go. Some journey start misstepping in without a goal. I stopped walking, left it off, leaned against the countertop. Didn't get what I came for, but I don't feel lost anymore. There's comfort in the in-between, where nothing's urgent, nothing's seen. Just me up right aware that I moved because I could stand there. Yeah. I forgot why I stood up, guess it wasn't that deep. Sometimes movement is the thought the mind couldn't keep. I forgot why I stood up, still ended up okay. Purpose can't wait, I'm already on my way. Standing still, moving on, reason gone. Standing still and moving on. Morning started gray and slow. Coffee warm but moving low. Nothing wrong, nothing bright. Just a quiet kind of light. Shoes by the door, street half awake. Clouds drifting like a break. Step outside without a plan. Something shifts again. Air feels lighter in the chest, like the day passed the test. No big change I can declare, just the air. Somewhere in a passing breeze, something small realigns in me. No big spark to explain, still the whole day changed. The day got better somehow, I can feel it right now. Nothing different around, still it turned around. Oh, the day got better somehow, like a soft shift in the clouds. Maybe it's the air I found, turning it around. Sun breaks through a little more light across the corner store. Even footsteps on the street carry lighter beats. Someone laughing by the train, echo drifting through the lane. Little things I barely see, writing quietly. Hands in pockets, easy strap. Something calm inside the top. No big moment to allow, still is now. Maybe joy is just a breeze passing through the quiet trees. You don't call it, don't demand, still it lands. You don't know the
Sun leaning sideways through the glass, dust in the light as hours pass. Shoes kicked off by the chair, one man drifting everywhere. Street sound softened by the heat, lazy rhythm in the street. Summer for a radio tune, flowing through the afternoon. Lighthearted afternoon, nothing heavy in the room. Let the small breeze carry you. Lighthearted afternoon, lighthearted afternoon. Clouds moving like it's some worries waiting out of you. Lighthearted afternoon, soft and slow. Let it go.
Yeah, phone turned over on the desk. No messages, I need to check. Sun on my arms, quiet chair, simple calm in the air. I let every thought drift wide,
Like kites that slip outside.
some days you just step away. Let the noise decay, not forever, just a while. Time enough to breathe and smile. Somewhere in the golden hue, the day resets you. You don't solve the whole wide world in the middle of a swirl. Sometimes peace is just a space where the mind can slow its pace. Let the sunlight draw a line between a rush and quiet time. Just a pause before the night, holding light. Lighthearted afternoon, sun across the room, nothing urgent coming due. Lighthearted afternoon, gentle as a tune, even silence feels into. Lighthearted afternoon, one more breath of golden air, and the moment cuts right there.
Sun resting on the window frame. Morning quiet, soft and plain. Cattle singing low and slow. Nothing urgent left to know. Shoes by the door, laces loose. Street outside in mellow hues. People passing, coming light. Everything just feels right. No big plans across the page, just a peaceful kind of state. Somewhere simple in the gray turns the ordinary route. This is a good kind of day. Nothing heavy in the way. Even silence wants to stay. This is a good kind of day. This is a good kind of day. Reading slow, drifting, play. Little moments choose to say this is a good kind of day. Sunlight fall. Quiet calling.
Coffee cooling on the table, clouds moving when they're able. Every step along the street finds a gentle rhythm beat. Phone stays quiet in my coat. No loud message, no big note. Just a breeze across the square, soft and patient in the air. Sometimes calm is all it takes for a heart to feel awake. Got a thrill, not a display. Just a quietly good day. Not every story needs a turn. Not every home it needs to bend. Some days shine in smaller ways through their quiet praise. When the world sits balanced still in the hours, move at will, you don't ask for more to say. You just let the day. This is a good kind of day. Sunlight drifting into stay. Let every shadow face to gray. This is a good kind of day. This is a good kind of day. Nothing more I need to say. All the noise just floats away. This is a good kind of day. so perfect.
I'm sitting on a stool, so Travis from Miller. Small guy, but I'm not really anywhere near it. Hands moving and out of habit, ass doing the same, but my itchy girl gonna your did the even name my answers so and not on time. Say yeah when it should. Bet easy over my thoughts, already mixed for sure. Having cousin and us to be, absent and us to be. This is what it looks like when you don't put it loose. Auto reply on, glance at the line. I'm master, I'm not gone. So in the train I get lights on, but nothing's low to me. I hear words they don't say, we just pass through, on you with it later. That's due to me smooth, flight keeps counting like usual. No wish, no bag. I've learned how to disappear without unpacking my bag. Yeah, my belly not escape, just step in the side. Betty with A1 more, I don't ride alone. Says that I'm the wrong binds you best. I'll get that stone right off. I think you was playing, still doing it, you just ain't afraid. I've mastered this trade without making a sound. Still pack a stand that's named, but don't wave around. Thoughts best as life is massively dusty. Every window left open, and I'm busy, hey. So I don't need a rest, I don't need sleep. Just a few hours, wait out of 40K. Wait, everything you less than mean, everything in mind. This more does it fix me, it just sticks me high. If someone asked where I went, I wouldn't know what to say. I didn't go anywhere, I just stepped away. Still reachable, kept me please, still in view, but mentally unavailable for a while or two. I love it, still loving, same deck, same day, FedEx space on out of office. Did I say, loving Germanic, yeah. Eventually I'll come back around, reattach the way, make up what I set down, redoing the taste. But right now I'm coasting, I must some memory. The inner world keep moving without you salting me. I'm not dropping the ball, I'm just loosening breath. Some days you don't clock out, you just slip. Still yeah, still a sign, still answering when it counts. But if you're looking for me, I'm not really around. No sign on the door, still nobody home. Yeah, out of open.
Yeah. You were talking, I was timing my breath, counting lights on the ceiling instead. Caught a word, then I lost the thread. Smiled right on cue like I always did. My head moved before my mind checked in. A reflex dressed up as discipline. I know that nod, I know it well. It's my cleanest way to exit a spell. I nodded without listening, like it meant the same thing. Automatic agreement, social oil in the machine. I nodded without listening, no signal, miss, no scene. Just muscle memory, doing what it seems.
Yeah, you paused like you wanted a sign. I gave you one bar, not mine. Yeah, totally soft and thin, bought myself a little skin. I mastered the art of appearing there. Eyes engaged, mind elsewhere. Not rude, not distant, not gone. Just floating slightly off the song.
It's not that I don't care, it's just easier this way. Some moments don't ask for presents, they just ask you not to break the frame.
Yeah, I've learned where the beat should land, when and not when to raise a hand. The rhythm of being polite is quieter than being right. Sometimes listening takes more weight than I've got in my mental state. So I move my head, let it pass. Hope the moment doesn't ask me back. I nodded without listening, kept the peace intact. Didn't slow the conversation, didn't push it back. I nodded without listening, felt smooth, felt clean, like a practice response in a practice routine.
There was a time I'd force my focus, stay sharp just to prove I noticed. Now I pick my battles like save my hearing for another night. Not every word needs a home, some just wanna be shown. Nothing landed somewhere near a face and not an ear.
Maybe this is how we cope with too much sound, not enough space. A subtle yes to keep it moving while our thoughts take a break. If presence had a spectrum, I'm living in the gray. Not gone enough to disappear, not here enough to stay.
Like, you wrapped it up, seemed satisfied. I don't think I technically lied. I agreed with the tone, the speed, the shape of what you needed from me. Later on alone, I thought about what you might have brought. Funny how it didn't stick. Guess then I was doing all the work.
I nodded without listening, still knew when it was done. That's the trick of social gravity. You fall without the run. I nodded without listening, not proud, not mean. Just another human move in a shared routine.
Head moves slow, mind stays loose. Didn't hear, still approve.
Coffee ring on a borrowed desk, sunlight hitting like it's guessing. We open laptops, closed our minds, scroll past most of the deadlines. Nobody sprinting, nobody late, just sitting with the idea of a day. Check one thing off, left hand alone, still felt fine when the hours were gone. We call this productivity now, nodded twice, so now that counts. Didn't move much, still burn it down. We call this productivity now. We call this productivity now. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. Yeah. Second cup of the same old sip. Talked in circles and let it drift. You said yeah, I said probably. That was enough of accountability. Calendar looks busy in theory, and practice is just us and the ceiling. No pressure tone, no fake concern, just letting the afternoon turn. Yeah. Not everything needs a push. Some things live in the maybe zone. We didn't rush, we didn't lose, just stayed exactly where we were shown. Ideas partly cars and shades, still warm but in no rush to change. We made plans we won't defend, left them loose at both ends. A meeting with no clear results, still felt lighter than default. If nothing moved, nothing broke, that's a win for most folks. We call this productivity now. Shared a look, let the moment pass. Didn't climb, but we leveled out. We call this productivity now. We call this productivity now. Ooh, wait, there was a time I chased the proof. Metrics, minutes, tangible truth. Now I trust the slowest signs, like ease not fighting back this time. If the day ends calm and clean, if we're not drained by what we mean, then maybe that's the whole design. A quiet check mark in the mind. Maybe rest just wears a better suit. Maybe effort doesn't have to bruise. If the room feels balanced, I'm convinced something worked, even if it's missed. Yeah. Walked outside, city still awake, nothing changed, still felt okay. We didn't hustle, didn't stall, just existed, that's all. Tomorrow can't ask for more, tonight was light and that's the score. Some days don't need a crown, they just sit down. Call this productivity now. No receipts, no amounts, just coffee cups and knotted brows. We call this productivity now. We call this productivity now. Ooh, everybody still awake below me. Floorboards creak beneath the dark. Fridge light hums through the apartment. Street lamp leaking through the blinds. Painting silver across the night. I should probably be asleep, but my thoughts won't loosen easy. So I pace from room to room, listening to the building breathe. Then I notice through the crack, underneath the stairwell black, a little line of amber glow from the apartment down below. Don't know their name, don't know their story. Still somehow it changes things, knowing someone else is awake with me. No conversation, no knock at the door, just another quiet soul ignoring sleep. And for a second the night feels less heavy on my chest. Lights still on downstairs, soft gold under the door. Funny how a little presence can settle a room you thought was yours. Lights still on downstairs, while the whole city fades. And somehow that tiny window glow makes me feel okay. Maybe they're reading in the kitchen, maybe washing coffee cups, maybe fighting off the same restless kind of midnight rush. Sometimes I hear footsteps pause, then move slowly down the hall, like they're carrying thoughts around, trying not to let them fall. And I never need to meet them, never need to know their face. There's comfort in anonymous lives, existing close within the same space. The world feels less enormous when another shadow moves inside the quiet architecture of these sleepless rooms. Oh, grand connection formed, no life suddenly transformed. Still the loneliness softens shape every time I see that frame. Tiny glowing square of light, holding steady through the night, like a silent reassurance. Someone else survived today too. Lights still on downstairs, blue hours stretching thin. Everything feels less empty, knowing someone else stayed in. Lights still on downstairs, no words exchanged at all. Still I think I sleep easier when I catch that glow below the wall. People help each other in smaller ways than we expect. Not through speeches or grand gestures, but simple evidence they exist. A light left on too late, a chair dragged across the floor, a distant laugh through old apartment walls when you thought the night was yours alone. And eventually that window darkens, one soft click and it is gone. But somehow the calm remains long after they've moved on. Lights still on downstairs, morning almost in the sky. And for once the silence didn't feel like something I had to survive. Lights still on downstairs, fading with the dawn. Still the warmth of knowing someone stayed awake lingers on. Settling into sleep, city turning pale blue. Lights still on downstairs, then finally not anymore. Yeah. Late crowd almost gone, kitchen lights humming low. corner booth beside the glass. Rain keeps sliding slow and fast. Waitress wipes the empty bar, looks at me but not too hard. Menu folded in my hand, like I came here with a plan. Truth is I just needed space, with a little human noise in place. Table for nobody tonight, still they set the silver right. Funny how a lonely room can feel gentle when it doesn't assume. No performance left to give, no pretend that I'm out with it. Just me breathing in the steam of a half-lit evening scene. Phone face down beside the plate, nothing urgent, gonna wait for a while. I can't exist without needing to be missed. Table for nobody, but the night still let me in. Coffee cooling slowly while the city moved again. Table for nobody, and somehow that felt fine. Not every empty chair needs somebody by your side. Couple laughing near the door, old man sleeping by the sports score. Everybody passing through, different reasons, different moods. I stopped trying to decode why being alone felt cold. Maybe it was never that, maybe I just fought the fact. There's a peace in sitting still, without needing to fulfill some perfect movie version of what a Friday night should feel. And the waitress asked once more, need anything? I almost said, yeah, maybe less noise in my head, but I just smiled instead. Outside taxis streaked in red, inside old soul records bled through the speakers, soft and warm, like comfort taking form. And for once I didn't rush to turn silence into touch. I just let the moment be small enough to breathe. A table for nobody, still the room held space for me. No grand revelation, just a quiet kind of ease. A table for nobody, but I wasn't incomplete. Some nights don't need company to feel beautifully deep, yeah. I used to think connection always had to speak out loud. Now I think it lives in smaller things, like not needing a crowd, like knowing the world keeps turning even when you disappear, and finding that a little distance can make your own voice clear. Maybe solitude ain't absence, maybe it's relief. Maybe peace arrives unnoticed between hunger and receipt. Table for nobody, last call in the air. Still I sat a little longer, like I belong there. Table for nobody, rain fading down the street, and for the first time in a while, my own company felt sweet. Yeah, chair pushed back slow, till left underneath the glass. Table for nobody, still one of the better nights I've had. Yeah. Typing bubble disappeared again. Yeah. Phone lit up at 2:13. Your name glowing soft and green.
Still awake was all it said, but it pulled me out my head. Rain was sliding down the fire escape, city breathing under gray. I stared a little before I wrote, like time and changed the way to words. Somewhere between replies, something honest starts to rise. Not fast enough to call it love, too close to call it casual. Yeah, yeah. No promises in sight, no, where is this tonight? Just two people leaving space for silence to participate. Yeah, you send half a thought, I answer half awake. Still somehow the unfinished parts feel like the realest thing we make. Somewhere between replies, we built a little atmosphere. No dramatic declarations, still it felt like you were here. Somewhere between replies, late night glow and tired eyes. Funny how connection grows in the pauses we don't hide. Morning came without goodbye, just your message hours behind. Sorry, fell asleep again. I smiled harder than I should've then. Yeah, funny what the mind can do with tiny digital proof. A sentence barely 5 words long, carry someone through a room. Yeah, and we never forced the pace, never rushed to name the shape. Maybe labels close the air, too early for things still becoming. So we stayed inside the drift of almost in little hints, learning each other slowly through time and more than sentences. Some nights you disappear, then show back up sincere, like neither one of us needs constant proof to trust. No pressure to perform, no perfect rhythm form. Still every quiet check-in feels warmer than expected. Somewhere between replies, the feeling learned to breathe. Not loud enough to interrupt, just steady underneath. Somewhere between replies, screams fading into blue. I never knew how much a pause could start resembling truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe modern love sounds softer than the movie said it would. Maybe it's less fireworks exploding, more someone checking if you're good. Maybe intimacy now lives in little glowing signs, a name appearing late at night at exactly the right time. And even when we leave each other waiting, it never feels severe, because the space between responses still somehow keeps you near. Somewhere between replies, no beginning, no clear end. Still the feeling kept unfolding like a song without a tense. Somewhere between replies, midnight resting in my room, and every small unfinished message left a little more of you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Typing bubble, gone again. Still smiling at the screen. Somewhere between replies, something stayed alive in me. Late day breathing slow again. The curtains sway in a tired breeze, coffee rings on the magazine. Neighbors talking down the hall like they got nowhere else to fall. The ceiling fan keeps lazy time turning circles through my mind. No ambition in the air, just enough to keep me there. Street lights waiting not to shine, evening balance in the line between disappearing gold and another night unfolding. Nothing pulling at my sleeve.
soft and low, like they already know. Some days don't need to mean a thing, no dramatic awakening, just a body still and warm, watching quiet take its form. Amber hours, stay a while, leave me somewhere in between the miles. I don't fight it, I don't force it, I just breathe through amber hour, yeah, yeah. Amber hour, soft and slow, every little shadow moving gold. I don't need to understand it, I just live inside amber hour. Still above the floor, like it settled here before. Old train humming far away, breaking through the fading day. Phone untouched beside the bed, too many words already said. Even silence feels complete, resting heavy in the heat. Clock hands barely seem to move, like they forgot what time should prove. Everything outside can wait while the room recalibrates. Call me just the same, I'm not hiding, not pretending, just somewhere the light is bending. Every second stretching thin, like the night can't quite begin, and the world slows down enough to almost feel like love. Amber hour, stay a while, leave me drifting in your patient style. I don't fight it, I don't force it, I just move through amber hour, yeah, yeah. Amber hour, heat. I don't rush to understand it, I just stay inside amber hour. Soon the blue will take the sky, and the day will close its eyes, but for now it hangs above, soft as unfinished love. So let the moment blur the edge, let it lean, don't make it land. Some things only stay alive when you never hold them tight. Amber hour. Ooh, nothing ending, nothing loud, just the city breathing out, yeah. Amber hour. Nobody rushing anywhere tonight. Clock light glowing by the bed, blue and quiet, almost dead. Rain tapping lightly on the vent, like it forgot what falling meant. Shoes kicked somewhere near the door, keys still scattered on the floor. I said I cleaned the place today, but the evening got in the way. And honestly I let it, no guilt attached to resting. For once the world can spin without me trying to direct it. No deadlines in the room, no pressure, dressed as truth. Just a little air to breathe, and enough space to loosen me. Phone face down, TV low, city dim behind the smoke. Everything can wait a while, nothing's leaving if I slow down. No urgency tonight, no need to optimize. I'm not chasing anything, and somehow that feels right. Ain't no urgency tonight, let the hours move how they like. Some days don't need a purpose to feel alive. Yeah, yeah. to fill the silence fast, like empty space would never last. Every second had to lead to something bigger than the scene. Now I kinda like the drift, the unfinished shape of it. Dinner late and dishes stacked, nothing polished, nothing tracked. Neighbor laughing through the wall, train line humming after dark. Tiny ordinary sounds holding this apartment down. And I don't need the night explained, don't need progress tied to pain. Maybe peace arrives much softer than I train myself to think. No dramatic healing here, no sudden clarity appears. Just my shoulders dropping slow, like they finally got the note. Outside taxis smear the rain, inside everything remains lucid enough to finally fit the shape of how I actually live. No urgency to my street lights fading silver white. I let the minutes pass me by without turning them into a fight. No urgency tonight, no perfect use of time. Still somehow the quiet hours leave the deepest kind of life. Maybe exhaustion isn't always physical. Maybe it's the weight of constant motion, the feeling that every pause needs justification. But tonight nothing asks for proof. Not the rain, not the room, not the half-read book beside me, or the record spinning through. And somewhere between midnight and the refrigerator hum, I stop feeling behind in life for the first time in months. No urgency tonight, everything alive and slow, like the world softened its edges just enough to let me go. No urgency tonight, no destination in sight. Still I think I'll remember how easy breathing felt tonight. Nothing solved, nothing missing, no urgency tonight. And maybe that was all I needed. Same air, same room, nothing asking to be noticed. Bus rolled past right on time. Neighbors smoke beneath the sign. Kitchen lights stay slightly dim. Radio low, signal thin. I answered calls with half a voice. Made small talk without a choice. Didn't feel inspired or lost. Just another day being crossed. Nothing cinematic came, no surprise attached a name. Even dinner tasted plain, like comfort trying not to change, yeah. And somehow in the middle of it, without warning or intent, the quiet settled in my chest, like I knew exactly where it went. The day stayed quiet, no moment trying to shine. And maybe that's the reason it still circles in my mind. The day stayed quiet, nothing begged to last. Still somehow it lingered longer than the loud ones from the past. Yeah. I've had nights that felt enormous, burned bright enough to leave a mark, but memory turns those into pieces. Hard edges fading in the dark. This one barely raised its hand, didn't need to take a stand, just sat low against the hours, like rain absorbed into the ground. No revelation showed itself, no lesson waiting on a shelf. I just moved from room to room without resisting afternoon. And I think maybe that's the trick, nothing fighting to exist. Leaves enough untouched inside for the smallest things to stick, like the sound of dishes drying or the hallway painted gold. Oh, how I didn't need distraction to keep the evening from growing old. The days stay quiet, still I feel it now. Not because it asked attention, but because it settled down. The days stay quiet, no climax to explain, just a softness that remained after everything else changed. Yeah, yeah. Maybe peace arrives unnoticed, without language, without signs. Not every meaningful moment needs to announce itself in time. Some days enter through the background and never really leave, like your body keeps a rhythm your thoughts forgot to keep. I went to sleep without conclusions, no dramatic shift inside. Still the morning felt a little lighter, like something heavy stepped aside. Maybe memory trusts the moments that don't force themselves to stay, the ones that simply sit beside you long after they drift away. The days stayed quiet, nothing special in the frame. Still somehow I carry pieces of a day without a name. The days stayed quiet, no reason left to prove, just a calm that kept returning long after I had moved. Yeah. Nothing major, nothing new, still here somehow. The days stay quiet, and maybe I did too. We were halfway talking when it happened. No countdown, no dramatic sign, just kinda slipped into it. Then you opened eyes unfocused, laughing more than staying on it. You said that sounds kinda good. I said yeah, probably should. No review and no compare, didn't need to get us there. Something in the loosened pace made the choice fall into place. Wait a night in pen in hand, like he knew before we did. Funny how the smallest move can feel accidentally lived. We were tired of optimizing, turning moments into trials. Sometimes overthinking steals the easy rhythm from the night. We picked it midway through the sentence, didn't even let it land. No big reason, no conviction, still it fit us better than the plan, yeah. We picked it midway through the sentence, somehow that was right. Maybe some things work much better without trying to be wise. There's a peace inside momentum when you stop rehearsing outcomes. Every option starts to blur when you need too much from one. This just happened soft and easy, like the room had made the call. And for once I didn't need to control it all at all. Water shining in the light, conversations folding slow. Even waiting felt aligned, like nowhere else to go. Not surrender, not neglect, just enough trust to select. Some decisions breathe much better without pressure on their neck, yeah. Maybe life is mostly this, tiny leaps that barely register. You move first and understand why it settled where it did. Not every road needs certainty, not every choice needs proof. Some things only show their shape after you move through. And if it misses by a little, that's still closer than before. Perfection keeps the body frozen, good enough opens the door. Yeah, we picked it midway through the went empty, music low. Nobody rushed to leave. The way we got there didn't matter, only how it seemed to breathe. Yeah. Picked it midway. No dramatic story left to tell. Just one of those nights that sat with us well. Yeah. 1% left. Guess we gotta mean what we say now. Phone screen cracked across the time. Tiny red bar warning light. You laughed and said, don't call me yet. Save it for something worth the breath. Street was loud outside the train. Summer sticking to the rain. Still somehow the signal stayed long enough for us to drift awake. No scrolling through another life. No links, no memes, no killing time. Just pauses humming through the line. Like neither one of us could hide. Funny how the closer the battery gets inside your hand, the more the conversation sounds like something real again. No room left for decoration, no extra words for presentation. Just whatever rises first before the screen goes dark. Low battery conversations, voices softer than the night. No performance, no distractions, just whatever feels alive. Low battery conversations, holding on at 1%. Maybe honesty comes easier when you know the time is spent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said lately every day feels uploaded overplay. Everybody trying hard to look lit up in the dark. I said maybe that's the cost, the never letting moments stop. Everything becomes content before it ever gets to live. Silence settled for a while, train tracks dragging underneath. Neither one of us rushed in to rescue every little beat. And somehow that unfinished space said more than sentences could make. Like the dying phone between us burned away the need to fake. Not dramatic, not profound, just two tired voices slowing down. No urgency to entertain, no energy left to explain. If the line cuts out too soon, maybe that's okay too. Some things don't need perfect endings to stay with you. Low battery conversations, late train glowing blue and gray. Half the words got lost in static, still I heard the things you meant to say. Low battery conversations, almost gone but feeling clear. Funny how the weakest signal can make somebody feel near. Yeah, yeah. Then your voice turned soft and small. Said my phone's about to fall. I said mine too, and let it breathe. Neither wanting first to leave. And for a second all the noise of deadlines, feeds and daily voice felt far enough away to finally hear the room. Maybe connection isn't louder, maybe it's just less disguised. Maybe people talk more truthfully, closer to goodbye. Low battery conversations, last few seconds glowing red. No dramatic declarations, still your voice stayed in my head. Low battery conversations, signal fading into night. But something in the way we spoke still feels switched on inside. Yeah. Call drop somewhere near midnight.
on slow tonight. Train doors closed behind my back, city breathing through the cracks. Corner store still glowing blue, same old man buying the news. Crosswalk blinking at a time, taxi headlights dragging lines. I've walked this road so many nights, still it changes in this light. Not in a hurry to arrive, kinda letting the distance decide. Somewhere between leaving and home, feels more honest on my own. I don't need the night explained, don't need meaning in the rain. Just the sound of rubber tires and apartment window light. Half the world already sleeps, other half still chasing things. I'm just drifting in between, halfway home again. Halfway home again, not lost, not there yet. Just moving with the city slow, like it knows where I should end. Halfway home again, nothing pulling at my hands. Every block feels soft tonight, like the world forgot its plans. Someone laughing from above, balcony spilling yellow buzz, window fan and TV glow. Tiny lives I'll never know. Phone stays quiet in my coat, no missed calls to interrupt. Funny how the silence feels more complete than being touched. I used to fill these walks with noise, songs and podcasts, restless thoughts. Now I kinda like the space where nothing's asking to be solved. Every step keeps loose time with the rhythm in my mind. No destination pressing hard, no performance after dark. Just the pavement and the air and the feeling I can spare. One more hour, not becoming anything for anyone. Halfway home again, somewhere soft between who I was all afternoon and whoever sleeps in me. Halfway home again, street lights washing gold. Even loneliness tonight feels familiar, not cold. This is why I walk long after I need to. Not to reach another place, but to slowly pass through. All the pressure leaves in pieces, somewhere after Avenue 3. By the time I reach my door, there's a lighter version of me. In the city never notices, never asks me where I've been. Still it holds me every night, like a quiet oldest friend. Halfway home again, breathing with the traffic glow. Every passing little sound makes me feel a little known. Halfway home again, no dramatic end, just the comfort of becoming someone softer by the end. Yeah, halfway home again, walking slow. Rain leaning on the glass tonight. Yeah. Steam rising off the stove, tiny kitchen amber glow. Outside buses drag through rain, inside nothing needs a name. Cold wind
windows fog beneath the streetlights, silver blur and passing white lines. You tucked your sleeves into your hands like the evening understood the plan. No candles, no expensive wine, just leftovers and borrowed time. Still somehow the room felt full in a way that luxury never could. Warm plates, cold windows, city moving far below. We stayed hidden in the haze like the night forgot our names. No urgency inside the air, no performance anywhere, just the comfort of being known without needing to explain your soul. Warm place, cold windows, rain riding down the glass. Nothing perfect in the moment, still I hoped it wouldn't pass. Warm place, cold windows, late nights settling deep. Funny how the smallest evenings can feel too good to leave, yeah. TV glowing without sound, neighbor footsteps underground, sink still, full from earlier. Neither one of us really cared. You asked something half asleep about whether peace can keep its shape once morning starts, pulling people back apart. I laughed soft and said, I don't know. Watch the rain distort the road. Maybe peace is only real when nobody tries to hold it still. And for once the silence sat easy between where we were at. No need to rescue every pause from becoming what it was. Outside sirens bent and blurred, inside we barely used our words. Still the room said plenty clear that we were alright here. Not forever, not pretend, not some movie perfect end. Just two people slowing down enough to hear themselves again. Warm place, cold windows, breathing with the storm outside. Everything we didn't say still settled in the light, yeah. Warm place, cold windows, midnight turning slow, and for a little while nowhere else felt close to home, yeah. Than we thought, not fireworks or sudden drops. Maybe it's staying at the table long after dinner stops. Maybe it's shared silence without panic filling in. Maybe it's feeling understood before the sentence even ends. The rain kept falling either way, city drowning in its pace. But inside that little room